Dear Gilman students, sorry for the injustice. Each year, hundreds of young men must suffer. The men who walk these very halls. These Gilman students are forced to leave the shelter of Cary Hall and trek through rain, snow, sleet, and hail just to take a class at Bryn Mawr or Roland Park. These young men must suffer through the brutal journey without the comfort of hoodies, which have been banished forever. They're made to walk in worn-out Sperry's with holes and missing shoelaces, because apparently those look better than sneakers. The rivers that form on the brick pathways of Gilman certainly don't make the trek any easier, and the construction detours, can they make life any more inconvenient? And now, young men must spend precious seconds typing in ridiculous codes just to enter their home of Cary Hall. When will this madness stop?
Even within Cary Hall, students must suffer through unimaginable pain just to make it to the third floor for a bump class, where nothing is ever accomplished. The thousands of steps that students must surmount can be a bad combination with the oh-so-questionable Flick lunches. How excited we got when the pasta bar was introduced, but to our dismay, it turned out Flick had yet to learn how to execute the simple task of cooking plain pasta. Did you know that Flick serves Gilman a chicken meal at least once a week? You can choose to eat your chicken burnt or raw. There is no in-between, just small portions and hungry boys begging for a real meal. Lunch isn't all bad. There's the ever-enticing wall of snacks within the country store. Too bad you have to break the bank to afford the chocolate-covered pretzels. And then there's long lunch, at least once a cycle. Oh wait, never mind.
Speaking of freedoms being stripped away from innocent students, how about that prison known as CT-20? Freshmen from far and wide come to this dungeon of a room just to find some peace and quiet, to play some games. But for some reason, study hall proctors seem to think it necessary to drain the last ounce of happiness from this room, forcing students to stare at blank Google Docs and Gmail inboxes instead of building elaborate worlds in Minecraft or clearing row after row in Tetris is the ultimate injustice of freshman year. Did you know that over 95% of freshmen claim that playing games is a bigger priority in their life than homework? Did you know that 3 out of 4 seniors, when asked about their fondest memory from freshman year, reply, playing games in CT-20? Who are you to try and strip away the opportunity to forge these beautiful memories from the freshmen of the future?
But wait, there's more. Sophomore year is forever plagued by the incredibly impactful classes of art history and music history. Students walk away from these classes with boundless information that will help them for the rest of their lives. The artifact paper only adds further joy to these sophomore lives. Endless deadlines bombard them, until it's suddenly realized that 15 pages are due tomorrow.
If you thought that was stressful, just wait for junior year. They will try to break you. When the mountains of homework are finally depleted, they reward you with college essays. Encouraged to spend every waking moment refining each word and detail of these essays, only to have them torn apart and told to start over. It's just one of the countless pains of junior year.
Along with mounds of homework, students must overcome the erratic Gilman Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is so slow, a boy in a third world country could load this video faster than Gilman's Wi-Fi could. Did you know that the reason for 72% of homework being late is often because Gilman's Wi-Fi won't load in time for you to be able to share the countless hours of work you have put in? Even after your homework is shared, you must still wait on Gilman's Wi-Fi to load up your questions for class. Tell me, why does Gilman think it's necessary to block every website imaginable? All Gilman is doing is slowing down the Wi-Fi more. On the rare occasion that the Wi-Fi does decide to work, Dan the man, the barbecue man, can't even send an email to remind the school of an upcoming cookout. And if you need to print something, forget about it. Instead, pray that the Wi-Fi will load in time to share your work. Printing at Gilman is harder than solving a Rubik's Cube blindfolded.
A great boy in a boat once said, "The wood taught us about survival, about overcoming difficulty, about prevailing over adversity. But it also taught us something about the underlying reason for surviving in the first place. Something about infinite beauty, about underlying grace, about things larger and greater than ourselves, about the reasons we were all here. Speaking of survival and overcoming difficulty, how about assemblies? Forced to sit through monotonous writers at work, they deprive us of food and force us to stay awake. No power naps, no whispering to the person next to you, no getting comfortable in your seat, only unnecessary standing ovations for half-hearted senior speeches. Instead, we're forced to sit there, praying Mr. Smith doesn't call you out, as you'll be forced to endure the relentless bombardments of ooh.
But wait, stop, cut the beat. Maybe all this injustice, inhumanity, and inedible food is just part of the process. Every uncooked piece of chicken, every printing error, and every walk to Bryn Mawr in the cold rain makes us stronger. Maybe what we call injustice and inhumanity, Gilman calls discipline. Gilman has taught us about three important words: personal responsibility, along with a great deal of other things. Gilman is not just a place full of injustices. Gilman is a place of learning and teaching boys how to become men of character. Gilman is where the bright and smart thrive off challenges. Gilman is where championships are won and rivals are crushed. At Gilman, art is created, plays are performed, and news is dispensed. Gilman is our home.